Martin Luther King Jr.'s death reverberated around the country, sparking protests and riots. Austin, though, remained calm, according to news reports of the time.
Students from Houston-Tillotson University rallied at the Capitol that night. The next day, a memorial service and a march followed at the UT campus, and that's where Chris Davis is joining us live this morning. Chris, with a closer look at Dr. King's impact in the capital city. Good morning.
Good morning, Sally and John. This statue of King here on the UT campus has been up here for close to 20 years now, but it's what happened 50 years ago that changed the course of Austin's history. So says Wilhelmina Delco. She was the first African American elected to public office here in the capital city. That election was just 2 days after King's death.
What do you remember about that night?
All of us were just shocked beyond belief. And we had planned election day for students who really supported me to go out and knock door to door and remind people to vote. And after that, I called them and told them, no, don't do that.
You thought they might be in danger.
That's my point. I just felt like we had no way of knowing what the reaction was of people who had never voted for a black before.
There was East Austin, and there was the rest of Austin.
Retired newspaper reporter Glenn Castleberry remembers the night, too. He was covering City Hall at the time and followed then-Mayor Harry Aiken to East Austin.
And the mayor just went over there and just walked down the street, shaking hands and talking to people.
His story the next day made no mention of the kind of violence seen in other cities because there wasn't any here.
And I think it has started the way toward really opening up the lines of communication and making improvements, and most of all, just being aware.
Why do you think Austin didn't see violence the night that King was killed?
Because there was a geographical separation.
Austin still carries that legacy of segregation. Delco carries a different one. She credits her school board election win 2 days later, at least in part, to the tragedy 2 days before.
His speeches wouldn't have made a difference, but his death did.
Delco would go on to serve 20 years in the Texas legislature, retiring in 1995. She still lives in East Austin. We'll send it back to you.